Hi y'all, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, I'll be doing another wrestling review reaction. Not reaction. So I've done so many reaction videos. I'm so used to saying reaction video, but no, I will be doing a wrestling review and thoughts video. And tonight I'll be doing my review and thoughts on the Royal Rumble, on the Royal Rumble 2025. So yeah, this year's Royal Rumble happened technically last night, but I worked last night, so yeah, I wanted to wait until today to watch it, and yeah, I just finished watching it not that long ago. And if I'm gonna be honest, it was a good Rumble. I definitely enjoyed it. There wasn't any bad match. There was not one bad match. Granted, it was only 4 matches, which I liked. It didn't the show didn't feel like it dragged. But yeah, there's only 4 matches, and all 4 of the matches, I thought they were good. None of them were bad. Especially not the Rumble matches. The Rumble matches, I always enjoyed the Rumble matches because of the unpredictability and uncertainty of who might win. Well, I mean, except for probably the exception of the women's, um, because well, I wasn't really surprised of the person who won the women's Royal Rumble match. But I'll get to it once I officially start on my review. But yeah, like I said, it was a good PLE. And yeah, I'm excited. I am excited and intrigued towards like the road of this year's on the road towards this year's WrestleMania, and also like what's gonna happen like on the road to even Elimination Chamber too. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to the video. So the Royal Rumble first started with Stephanie McMahon coming out. She made a rare appearance, and she was hyping up the crowd and all that. And then yeah, the first match was the women's Royal Rumble match. And I want to give shouts out to Io and Io and Roxanne. They both of them were the and Liv too. Those three were like the Iron Women in the match, but definitely Io lasted for a long time, and she was the number one. And Roxanne came at, I believe, number 3, and she lasted until the end. She was the runner up. And to be honest, after this performance, we all know that she's gonna be called up to the main roster. We all know that she's gonna get called up to the main roster. Like, and to me, it's about time because there's nothing else for her to do in the NXT. So yeah, it's about time for her to get called up. Yeah, but there were definitely standouts. We had Jordan Grace, who showed up again at the Rumble. It wasn't a surprise like how it was last year because there have been reports about Jordan Grace signing like a multi-year contract with WWE. So yeah, so pretty much, basically we all knew that she was already leaving TNA. She was already gonna be in WWE soon. So it wasn't a surprise that she was gonna be in the Rumble. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that there was gonna, for some reason, thought or expected like a lot more surprises. Um, um, like for the women's Royal Rumble, there was definitely a few surprises. But I'm not mad that there wasn't any surprises. Like like a legend coming back or any of that kind of form. Well, like a lot of legends coming back. I'll say that. Yeah, it's like give them the more like give the girls that people are not used to seeing a lot. Let them have the spotlight like Sonya's faction with Sonya and Zoe, pure pure fusion collective. They had their little shine on it, there were times where they were dominating until they eventually got eliminated. Yeah. And then of course we had surprise returns. Charlotte's return was a surprise because it was already promoted that she was gonna return after Rumble, so that wasn't a surprise. I was definitely surprised to see Alexa, and I was very happy to see Alexa, and I'm excited to see what she's gonna do. We saw like Lily, so it seems like she's gonna continue with the character with Lily. But yeah, I'm excited on what she's gonna what she's gonna give and what she's gonna bring and who she's gonna feud. Like, I'm definitely excited. And then we had the return to and then we had the return of Trish Stratus. We love seeing Trish. We love seeing Trish. Um, yeah, the match per usual. Well, not all Rumble matches are fun to watch, but this one was a fun watch. Um, poor Lyra. Although poor Lyra had a wardrobe malfunction, bless her heart. Um, but yeah, I don't know why I was kind of thinking that Oscar was gonna return at the Rumble. I wonder if she does return, but I wonder if she will return. I would love for her to return, but if she chooses to retire, I mean, I don't blame. I mean, she's done a lot, so I wouldn't be terrible. I mean, I would be sad because I love Oscar, but but or she might also still be like healing, or she or like she just wants to take a break within of her healing from the injury that she has. Um, because like I said, she has done a lot within the wrestling industry, not just in WWE, but like the other companies that she's been in the past. But yeah, um, but yeah, in the end, the final three was Charlotte, Roxanne, and Nia. And I believe Nia was the final three. I believe Nia was part of the final three. But correct me if I was wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. A lot happened in this PLE, especially regarding to both Rumble matches. A lot happened. Um, but yeah, eventually Nia got eliminated, and then the final two was Roxanne and Charlotte, and they were doing that back and forth, teasing teasing Roxanne, Roxanne get eliminated, Charlotte get eliminated, and then eventually Charlotte hit the boot onto Roxanne and eliminated Roxanne, and Charlotte Flair is the winner of this year's Royal Rumble and the first ever two-time winner for the Women's Royal Rumble. And yeah, she would choose either Rhea Ripley or Tiffany to a match at WrestleMania. Now, was I surprised Charlotte won? No, because I have heard plans of them having like Charlotte fight Tiffany soon. Like they are trying to come up with that kind of plan, so I wasn't surprised that she was gonna win. Um, what was I mad that she won? Not necessarily. I wasn't mad that Charlotte won. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are mad that Charlotte won. Um, would I prefer someone else winning, um, the Rumble? Yeah, yeah. I definitely do prefer someone else winning the Rumble, like someone that maybe needs a win for the Rumble, because Charlotte doesn't need to win the Rumble. Because to be honest, in my opinion, they could have had Charlotte get eliminated, and then they could have had an elimination chamber match, and then have Charlotte win that. So that they could still try to go with the plan of like her fighting Tiffany. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm not mad nor am I surprised that Charlotte won. Um, but yeah, it was a fun Rumble match, and yeah, um, but with the plans I'm hearing of them trying to have like them having Charlotte versus Tiffany. I mean, I am intrigued about this match. I am pretty excited for that match if that is the route that they are actually going to be going, because WWE plans can change. But to be honest, I would rather not see Charlotte and Rhea fight again. I mean, they had a fantastic match at WrestleMania 39, but again, I would just rather not. Rhea and Charlotte feuding and fighting for a belt, been there, done that. They've like we don't need to see that again. No shade. So yeah, Tiffany versus Charlotte. I mean, that would definitely be a change. Like I would definitely be intrigued in the match because both of them are very talented and both of them are very athletic. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I would love to see them actually go through with that plan. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next match, which was for the tag team championship match. It was the champions DIY versus the challengers Motor City Machine Guns, and it was a 2 out of 3 falls match. Now I know that DIY has put on fantastic 2 out of 3 falls match. I've actually watched one of them actually. I've actually watched one of their. I don't know if they had multiple. I don't actually. I actually don't remember if they've ever had like more than one 2 out of 3 falls match like as a tag team. But I've seen like them against the Revival several years ago. At NXT Takeover Toronto. For the tag team championships, and that was 2 out of 3 falls. That was a fantastic match. I've seen Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole at an NXT Takeover when Adam Cole was the NXT champion, and that was 2 out of 3 falls match too. That match was fantastic too. They can definitely put on bangers, whether especially if it's a 2 out of 3 falls match, whether it's a tag team or like on a solo run. So, and then I didn't see Motor City Machine Guns work at TNA because I don't watch TNA, but I watched like the clips that W posts of of their matches like on SmackDown, and they are really good. They're really good. So I figured that it was gonna be a good match, and I mean I was not disappointed at all. I think maybe I might have had maybe like a little more of a high expectation. Maybe it wasn't. It was not. It was still a good match. It was still like an entertaining match at all. But I thought it was gonna be like a I thought it was. I don't know why I was thinking that like maybe it was gonna be potentially like be like a classic, but I mean of course because since both rumbles are basically like over an hour long, kind of I kind of feel like the tag team match wasn't. Well, and the Cody and Kevin match was gonna be pretty long. This is probably gonna be at least over 20 minutes. Um, the um, the tag team match wouldn't really get like time like that, like maybe a little over 10 minutes. Um, but yeah, no, but they still did really good. It was still a good match, and I was shook at the end. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of still felt like DIY was still gonna retain, but I was not expecting of how they were gonna retain. I didn't see them winning clean, but I did not expect like the Street Profits to get involved at the end, and then it to cost the Motor City Machine Guns the belts, only for them to want to get payback onto DIY for them injuring either Dawkins or Ford. I think Dawkins. Um, and them end up taking the belts themselves. So yeah, no, that ending was interesting. It was not what I expected at all. Um, but yes, it was still a good match. The crowd was a little quiet though. I'm not gonna lie. The crowd was a little quiet. It was a little quiet. Um, they still made some noise, but compared to the other matches, they were not as loud. Um, in the tag team match. And to be honest, Triple H does need to do better for like regarding the tag team division and having the tag belts be defended on PLEs more, rather than just on a random Raw or SmackDown. And that's been an issue, to be honest. And that's been an issue. Regarding like the tag divisions not being utilized that well. I mean, sure, even when Vince was still in charge, that was still kind of an issue. Um, or like it was kind of like the same tag teams being utilized. Yeah, again, it was a good match. And and yeah, I was a little bit shook by the ending. I was a little caught off guard by the ending. But yeah, DIY retained from the interference of the Street Profits. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next match, which was for the W Undisputed Universal Championship, and it was Cody versus Kevin, in a ladder match. Now I want to keep it real. It was a good match. It was a good match. There was definitely lots of moments where I winced. I was like, ooh. I went, ooh, or, ooh. Like, there was a lot of moments where I winced or had to react, like, reacted, but there was definitely times where it was slow. There were different times when the match was, like, slow, and I started to doze off a little bit, no shade. Like, the match felt very slow at times, and like unnecessary slow times, and I don't feel that, and I have not felt that, and I never felt that way regarding ladder matches. Usually, like even one on one the ladder matches, like usually ladder matches, it will be kind of like bam, 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 bam. Usually, um, like even for one on one matches, it wouldn't feel slow, but for some reason, this one just felt very slow to me at times. Um, but they still have some nasty spots on the ladders, nasty landings on ladders. Um, that move that Kevin Owens does, that like fisherman suplex, that he does from like the second rope, the one he did onto Cody, onto the ladder, I know that hurt for both of them. Not only for Cody, but for Kevin too, because you saw the back of Kevin's head hit the ladder hard. And speaking of which, the power bomb from Kevin to Cody onto the ladder, that landed looked nasty too, because the back of Cody's head um, hit that ladder. And then eventually, like, there were EMTs, officials, even Nick Aldis, the SmackDown General Manager came out, and even Sammy came out, which did provide some interest. It's like, oh, is Sammy going to get involved in this? He didn't get involved. But yeah, both of them eventually, like, the match ended up continuing, and then Cody just turned it up to 1,000, and was slamming Kevin's head multiple times onto the announce table, busting Kevin open, and then he was about to finish Kevin Owens off on the uh, pause. Let me rephrase that. It looks like he was going to end it with Kevin on the announce table, but then Kevin hit Cody with the low blow, and then he was about to hit him with the package power driver onto the announce table, but Cody countered and hit him with the Alabama Slam from the announce table through a ladder, and that landing was nasty as hell. It took like, even after the match, Kevin Owens was still folded. I was like, I was like, Jesus. But after he did that, Cody rolled back to the ring, climbed up the ladder, grabbed both belts, and Cody retained, which I knew it was gonna happen. I don't think Cody's gonna lose the belt until probably WrestleMania. But like I said, it was definitely still a good match. It was still a good match. I still enjoyed it. It just felt slow at times. Yeah, that's all it was. That's like my only critique on it. It just felt really slow at times. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the main event, which is the men's Royal Rumble match. Now, this men's Royal Rumble match was really good. It was so good. It was a lot of fun. It got me through it definitely got me through plenty of emotions. I definitely some annoyance, and definitely rolled my eyes a couple times when some people came, like Dominic and Logan. But yeah, and of course I was shocked but very happy with who won the Rumble. The Rumble started off with Rey Mysterio and Penta. If you don't know who Penta is, he was in AEW with his brother, Rey Phoenix. It's Ray? It's either Rey Phoenix or Rey Felix. But the Lucha Bros. And they are a fantastic tag team. But Penta is currently on his own in WWE, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good match. I'm just imagining all the kinds of matches that Penta can potentially have, and the list of names of amazing matches is endless, to be honest, because there is a bunch of talent in WWE. And then it was like going along pretty much, and then things didn't really pick up like that. Things definitely started to pick up when Jacob Fatu got into the Rumble. Now, when Jacob Fatu got in the Rumble, things definitely got picked up. Jacob Fatu was dominating. He was whooping people's ass. He was definitely starting to clear the ring of the luchadors. And then eventually Roman came to the Rumble. Things started to pick up. Things definitely started to pick up again there. And then we ended up getting more and more big stars. Like later in the match, Like we saw the return of AJ Styles, which I did not expect. I was legit shocked of AJ returning because I did not know when he was going to return. But I'm glad to see AJ's back, and I'm so happy to see that he has his original theme back because his new theme was trash. I'm like, don't ever change AJ Styles' theme ever again. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, let him keep his old theme because his old theme is just awesome. It's like there was no reason for the change. But anyway, but I mean, there was plenty of great action, like throughout the whole Rumble. And then and then eventually, Cena came out. Um, and then him and Roman was having a stare off, and then while they're having their stare off, CM Punk comes out next, and then all three of them having to stare off, and then next Seth Rollins comes out, and then Rollins said, "Fuck the stare off. I'm just gonna start throwing hands instantly." He said it was on site from Punk. He's like, and literally. He literally ran when he ran to the ring. He was literally right next to Roman. He said, "Fuck Roman for now. I want Punk." So yeah, they started brawling, and then and the ring was pretty full actually. And then and then more people started coming in. More people started getting eliminated, and then it came down to the final six, which was Jay, Roman, Seth, Punk, Cena, and Logan Paul. So they all going at it. They hitting their big moves. The super kicks happening. Roman hit a Superman punch onto Cena, and then Rollins hit a couple stomps, onto people, and then Roman and Seth was just the last two men standing, and then they were having to stand down, talking shit to each other. And then to end up going at it, they started brawling, and then they were trying to eliminate each other, which ended up leading to Punk eliminate both Roman and Seth, and both of them were pissed, and then Punk ended up getting eliminated by Logan Paul not too long after that, so Punk was pissed, and Roman was just going off on Punk, but Roman was still on the floor, and then Seth out of nowhere just hit a curb stomp onto Roman at ringside on the floor, and then instantly went after Punk, and then him and Punk started brawling, and then once they were separated, Rollins hit Reigns with another stomp, except the second stomp was on the steps. Rollins became unhinged. He went crazy. He lost it. But yeah, the final three ended up being Logan Paul, John Cena, and Jey Uso. And people were all for like Jey Uso potentially winning. You heard a lot of yeet chants. So yeah, all three of them were going at it. And then at some point, Cena had Logan Paul up for the AAA, but then Jay hit Logan Paul with the super kick as he was in a position of getting hit with the AA. So Logan Paul was done, and then he got clotheslined by Cena, beat and getting eliminated. So it ended up being the final two being John Cena and Jey Uso. So they went back and forth. Both of them ended up being out on the apron, and they went back and forth on the apron, teasing like Cena is gonna be eliminated, no Uso will be eliminated. So yeah, and then John Cena had Jey Uso up for the AA, potentially hitting him with the AA like towards the floor. But then Jay ended up countering, got back in the ring, and then pushed John Cena off the apron, and then onto the floor and eliminate him. And Jey Uso is the winner of the men's Royal Rumble match for 2025. As soon as he eliminated Cena, that whole crowd erupted. The commentators went crazy. Michael Cole was losing his voice. Like, and I was shocked, and I was very shocked because I just didn't expect Jay to win. But I'm very happy that he won. Jay deserves to have his moment. He definitely deserves to have his moment. But yeah, I'm very happy to see him and to potentially main event a WrestleMania. Now I am curious on who he's gonna choose between Cody and Gunther. To be honest, I feel like maybe they might have him fight Gunther probably. But to be honest, I would love to see Jay like pick Cody and have him and Cody go at WrestleMania. Because I'll be interested on what the dynamic is going to be because people love Cody, but people love Jay too. So I would be intrigued by that. But I feel like they might just go more. Probably might go more like Jay versus Gunther at WrestleMania probably. For like the classic heel versus face thing. Yeah. That was the last match, and yeah. Again, overall, I definitely enjoyed the pay per view. The Royal Rumble was a lot of fun to watch. I definitely enjoyed all the matches. Like I said, there was not one bad match. But yeah, that was the end of this video. Comment down below on your thoughts on this year's Royal Rumble. PLE, did you like it? Did you not like it? Tell me tell me down in the comments, and also let me know if you agree with who won the Rumble matches or not. Tell me down in the comments, and also what was your favorite match? You don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye.